Some people may argue that you need to work hard to get what you want. But sometimes when it comes to fate, there isn't really like a logical explanation, at least not directly to the subject matters. But when I look back sometime in hindsight, I realize that all these things that happened to me happened for me. These things that happen is what shape my thinking and how I look at the world and look at myself. I remember there was a time I was very frustrated. I was in a McDonald's. My dad and my brother left first because I was riding motor. I got so angry and all that things. Suddenly the music shuffled to Bob Marley, Three Little Birds. So the lyrics sings, "Don't worry about a thing because everything is going to be alright." And just instances like this, I noticed that, wow, it almost feel like universe, the nature, the God speak to me in its own way. As someone who is a perfectionist still, but lesser over the years, I often want things to be my own way. I want it to be my well-crafted world. And that has led to a lot of suffering, controlling the external world that wasn't meant for me to control in most cases. By controlling, I mean, let's say I'm scared to fail exam, or I'm scared to mess things up, miss out some stuff or some event. I'm scared how people view me. These are the controlling that led to suffering. More and more as I reflect and I grieve, I learn to surrender. I allow nature and fate be as it is allowed. I let my thoughts and emotion to just be. And I still go to jump to problem solving mode, trying to talk through it rationally, through philosophy and all that. And I was doing it today, but I realized maybe I can just allow myself to feel without having to fix it all the time. Whatever I do, at the end, is to keep me safe. And yet, some of the things are not aligned with me anymore. It does not serve me suitably, which is the perfectionism and controlling. And even with perfectionism, it comes from this fear, actually, fear of not being good enough, that my worth and love depending on doing good enough, achieving greater goods, to be loved, to feel safe. And that's when I start to realize that after years and years of grinding, especially like the past 6 years, right, that maybe all I need to do right now is to live this life. I'm 24. I gotta say, I start to feel more present now, and I don't really feel that as much as I used to. Even when I used to live in the present, I didn't I didn't consciously and mindfully live as I did now. And it's difficult because I'm holding on to both sides, the fear and the beliefs and the hope and all that stuff. And sometimes it just feels like I have to pick a side. But it's noticing, just like yin and yang, that they can both coexist together. And that's when I start to feel like with all these things that happens, I am guided. And as I start to surrender more, I start to see things as they happen for me. The limitation, actually. If I could have everything right now, I would still feel just as frustrated, lost, upset, and depressed and anxious, maybe even more. Because in the pursuit of luxury and all that, right, on success, you might fear to lose it. You might want to move the goalpost. You have one, and you want second one. You have second one, you want the third one. And it's just this endless pursuit. And I'm not telling you don't do that, right? Because at the end, even yin yang, it's black and white. Everyone has their own version of yin yang. And it's about alignment and what truly suits you as a person. What is your deepest nature, your fabric. And I start to see that every obstacles, every failure is an offering. In the midst of suffering, I am guided, and I'm grateful for that. Everyone is going to have different life, and I don't want to live my life until I die worrying how people judge me. It's neither picking a side. Sometimes it's just seeing the world as they are and what you can learn from it. And to me, the offering and the teaching is also kind of lean to that side with a little bit of the optimism as well and pessimism as well. Seeing that the impermanence of life, that I could be here worrying about, oh, can I survive 10 years later with where I am right now? But then I could also be gone tomorrow. And so now I'm holding on to this both things, where the future, the present as well, where one side to plan and prepare for the future jobs and survivability and career alignment and just whatever plan, but also to live in the present moment. Because I noticed in the past years, I've been chasing for this side the most, and I never truly live. And it's such a shame to think about back. I feel a lot of guilt and regret. But I would say I feel more present right now more than ever. So even if it's not perfectly present, but just like the quote says, you can be the youngest today, which is something similar to what I understood. So live now. You're guided, slowly being more gentle to myself, and whatever happens, I learn to welcome it, seeing things as they are. And I'll see you guys next time.